So congratulations on the win. Obviously, you've had a few minutes to sort of sink in. Not enough time to have a shower, clearly, but talk to us about your feelings on the fight, your performance, and everything that went on.
Oh, thank you so much, mate. I felt it was a very good performance. It's mad because I was visualizing in my head before this fight. Obviously, I'm going for the finish. I'm wanting to get the finish. You want to make it exciting. But I kind of kept on seeing in my head that it was going to be a bit of a firefight. Do you know what I mean? Like one landing punches, the other one landing punches. Do you know what I mean? The main thing I wanted to do was try and stop his takedowns, which I did. I was successful with all of that. It's a credit to all my amazing training partners that I was able to do that. Shout out Simeon Powell. But even in the corner, like the little adjustments I was able to make, I was proud of myself, and I was proud of my corner team because they did an absolutely amazing job. You know, along with my dad and Paulie, like telling me certain things that was gonna edge me out in that third round. It was literally game changing in that fight. So I had to go through a firefight. I knew it was going to be tough. Ion Cutelaba always comes to fight. I'm happy I got the win. I'm happy I got into a tough fight, and onwards and upwards.
He's obviously an interesting character, I think that's fair to say, and he fights in an interesting way sometimes too. Sometimes he kind of just spazzes out and throws random stuff. So I don't know what exactly you were expecting from him, but was there anything in there that he did that you completely took you by surprise?
Low kicks. He definitely kicked a lot more than I expected, and you know, threw some spinning back kicks and stuff. I kind of seen it in spurts in some of his fights, but he definitely threw it a lot more against me. I definitely prepared myself well for the antics that he was going to throw, especially, you know, at weigh-ins and, you know, even in the cage and coming out aggressive. And that's why I felt so calm in the storm of what he likes to present, like, you know, being a bit crazy and a bit mad. But I knew once the fight started, as long as you stay calm, stoic, you'll be able to overcome anything he has to throw at you. And ultimately, that's what I did.
Would you say that's one of the areas you're improving in the most is composure in the cage?
Oh, 100%. And there's still so much more that I can do. I definitely said that in my first run. There was a lot more that I can do. But it was good that I was able to keep my composure and still land the shots that I wanted to land and you know, land some shots that were definitely hurting him. You know, I definitely seen his face. Obviously, my face got marked up a little bit, but I definitely marked him up. And, you know, just staying calm in those situations, trying to adjust on the fly. So, yeah, I was happy.
Now, a bit of an odd one, 30-27 for you, 30-27 for him. Curious what's going through your mind as that's being read out.
I definitely thought I won the fight. I definitely thought I had 2 rounds. When they said 30-27, and then it literally blew my mind. But obviously, you know, when they read the scorecards out, you know it's a split decision. So 30-27, and then they said it's 30-27 again. I was like, these 2 judges, what were they watching? Do you know what I mean? And then the last one, 29. That's more reasonable to me, 29-28 to myself. So I thought it was a little bit baffling. So I was kind of like sitting there a little bit nervous, but in my heart of heart, I definitely felt like I won that fight. So I'm glad that it went my way.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, mate.
Right here.
Yes,
you know, you kind of talked about it. You know, he's thrown a lot more leg kicks and maybe just kicks in general. I mean, they kept showing this graphic on the screen about the total strikes between rounds, and he, like, tripled you in the first round. Was that just, like, he came out with stuff you weren't prepared for, and that was just the adjustment aspect of it? Because even the broadcast was just like, why is Modestas standing there taking photos, as Daniel Cormier said, or was that more to, like, you weren't ready and you had to make these adjustments on the fly?
Yeah, I feel like I was probably just trying to go for finishing blows a little bit more. I was wanting to sit down on my shots and trying to almost try and find the perfect shot instead of just going little shots. Again, my corner team was telling me, you know, you don't have to freaking go all out in each shot to try and knock them out. You know, you've got to just find, you know, just slowly work it away, tap it down, you know, chop the tree until it finally falls down. So, yeah. I was kind of, obviously I believe in my power and stuff like this. He did a very good job of dipping underneath and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely know that I had to do a better job of obviously trying to land more, and then I tried to adjust as the fight went on.
And just last one for me, we didn't get to hear it back here, but what'd you walk out to?
Gigs talking the hardest, you already know, brother.
This is right here.
Yes, mate.
Congrats on the win. Wildly successful second run of the OC, 5-1 now, obviously. Is this one of those cases where you needed to go through that early adversity to get back here and be successful?
Oh, definitely. I feel like I was probably a bit too... it's mad because 26 realistically in fighting isn't like crazy young. I mean, you've got guys now that are doing well, 26, but everyone's journey is different. I definitely feel that for me. Maybe that was part of my personal journey. I needed to do it better a little bit later. I need to learn from those mistakes. Otherwise, I would never be able to do what I'm doing right now. I'll never be able to do as good as I am right now if it wasn't for those lessons. So I look at that as a blessing. I had to go through that. I'm actually very grateful that my knee got tore up. I'm very grateful that I got cut the first time around because it wouldn't have given me the sense of urgency or even just the way that I approach the game, my dedication. I've always had to adjust to things when things aren't going my way. And like I say, I take these all as lessons, and I'm actually thankful for it. I look back and I'm grateful.
People have been, let's say, critical of the light heavyweight division over the last few years in terms of depth and everything. But when you look at your fight, when you look at even the fight before yours with Navajo Sterling, do you see these bright spots as far as the future is concerned?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, like I say, now you got me coming up in the division. I'm looking at top 15 right now. I've had 3 wins on the trot. You got other guys in the division that are racking up wins as well. And in the light heavyweight division, it's like wide open. You win a couple of fights and you're looking at the top 15, and the top 15 is completely up for grabs. You just got to go out there and take it with 2 hands, make the most of it, and go and make your mark. And that's what I'm here to do.
Sounds good. Congrats.
Thank you, mate.
Modestas right here. James Webb, a couple of weeks back, took home the Cage Warriors. Well, didn't he? Defended it. He spoke to my colleague Andy Stevenson after the fight. He said during a difficult period in his career, you were a great support network for him. Could you talk about your relationship with James and with all the guys that you have back there in the UK?
I absolutely love James. He's my boy. The trips that we've had up to, and all of the guys up at Tom Aspinall's gym, that was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I've met some truly incredible people. The fact that I have, guys like Simeon, I got guys like Tom Aspinall, Ante Delia, Mick Parkin, the list goes on. It's absolute, and now James coming along with us as well. Like, you see just James evolve as a person. It was absolutely mind-blowing for me. And so, as a friend, like, I'm very close with James. To see that, to see his development, to see how his mind has shifted, to see how much happier he is. And his last performance was incredible. Like, he did absolutely amazing. I was literally screaming at the screen watching him from home. I would have went, obviously, if it wasn't for me preparing for this fight. But we're literally listening on the way back from training, listening to Blue, All Rise, and stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely mad. Like, our relationship is incredible, and I'm so happy to see the development that he's had. He means a hell of a lot to me, and he's going to do even more. You know what I mean? He's on to bigger and better things. He's defended the belt. Why not get a crack at a Contender Series or something like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is his last shot to make something really big. So it was absolutely amazing to see him get that victory. Then seeing Simeon get the victory in the PFL. So for me, just seeing my guys, my brothers, do you know what I mean, going out into battle, getting their performances, it just spurs me on. It gives me that motivation, that drive, that inspiration to go out and do my thing. Because I've got my boys, because I've got my team, guys like my dad, Paulie, because I've got my family here, that's why I'm able to go out and do what I'm doing.
It's that family and brotherhood that you guys have. I think, do you believe that sets you and the rest of the team above the rest?
100%. That's why everyone's doing so well, because everyone just wants to see everyone improve. It's not, there's no egos in the room. Of course, we're there to train and we're there to win. We're not there to just mess around. So, as soon as we get into the training room, we're like, okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to train. But everyone's trying to improve. Everyone's trying to get better. There's no egos, and I absolutely love it. In the room like that, you can't not get great results.
What would you like next?
Top 15. I want a top 15 matchup. I feel like I deserve it. I feel like I've been in the game now, 5-1 in my second run. I feel like that's what I deserve. I want to work my way up towards the top. So that's what I deserve.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Big love.